Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with even more freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland. We're still going, we're so rich, and today we're going to throw a lot of that money, about half of it, away in the name of making progress, because that's exactly how philanthropy works. Now we've already thrown 200, 300, 500, and 1,000 in there, so that's 2,000 altogether, so we only need to throw in 52,000 rupees. Haha, but that money, what's the money? What's the fucking number 20th? But yes, at last, it is time to advance furtherly into the ancient abyss that is the rest of the, what am I even saying? So, we've had the meaty smash, we've had the pour my goose. Ooh, we've got spicier music this time. But what could possibly be the logical progression from, like, hot, moist bugland to damp, sticky bugland? Also, the tower really is just going bananas at this point. Like, goddamn. Like, my mother was asking, when watching the series, how much higher can the tower possibly go? Well, we're at 6,000 now. The audience goes wild. Not even wild. There is no D. They're just going wild. Oh god, Uncle Rupee!
Hello there. How are things? Still collecting rupees and making the tower grow? Good work, old bean. Hello, ladies. I bet you can't wait to see what Rupeeland is like. Collect more rupees and you'll find out soon enough. Yes, hello, ladies. Shantae. Oh, going so soon? You certainly are busy. Well, I've got things to do too. Busy, busy. I'm coming, ladies. The most beautiful, elegant, charming women are waiting here for you.
He says to the other women, well, sure, why not? Last night I did have a dream that May from Night in the Woods was a trans female and also slept with B. And oh yeah, icy plane. Just a logical progression from bugs. I meant to come back to this. I just realized there's giant elephants on the map of the gooey swamp. So that was a dream I had. Didn't see anything inappropriate. It's just the mental image was there. Brr, this place looks freezing. I've done some Google searches on this area. You can imagine if I searched for icy plane, you'd get a lot of generic desktop wallpaper, but I digress. The icy plane is full of perils. If you've caught yourself in a blizzard, you can't see ahead. I'm reading the script perfectly. What are you talking about? Make sure you don't freeze. See you. Well, that was ever so slightly creepy. Anyway, Pong Flower. Pong Flower. I'm okay with this. So we have snow rabbits, snabbits for short. We have Pong Flowers, Powers for short. Austin Pong Flowers, pet detective. Okay. Amongst our weaponry, we have this guy shaking his probably unengorged penis in the freezing weather. Oh, it's been a while. I have to repair this bridge. That will work out well for you too. I really want to repair this bridge. You should help me out. Let's see how much you really want this bridge fixed. How about 2,222? Because we wanted to just pay you 2 rupees, but our teeth got chattering in the cold, so it's... Go on. Mr. Bridgman, bridge me a man. Bom, 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 bom. Make him the cutest mandar core hook... Mancador hook core ha... Why can't I say mancador hook... Mandor hand hook car door, Jesus! There you go. Fixed and looking pretty good. Building a bridge opens up a whole new road. That's a beautiful thing. All of the bridges in the world were built by my daddy. Bet you didn't know that. My old man's a dustman. He's one hell of a guy. Where on earth has our dad, the foreman, got to? I didn't see any trace of him on this continent. I'm going to search for him on the other continents. Until next time, cheerio! Well, quite. So we're making lovely progress already. We have another one of these doors, but we don't have a bodyguard at the moment, so I'd rather not, if you catch my feeling. If you catch my feeling. So we have penguins. Again, I'm going to ignore this orb for the moment, because this part of the game is where things really start to kick off. Something's fallen! Do something! Oh, good. That's another voice I'm going to have to keep consistently. Hang on a minute. Okay, so two things I remember about this. I remember two key things about this area. First of all, there's a lot of snow, so there's a lot of diggables. I know somewhere there's something that you get, like, no hints about whatsoever that's worth your while to dig up, I think. And it's clearly not here. I thought this place just looked a bit suspicious, but apparently not. So this is where things start to get really fucking expensive. Like, if you fall into the water, it'll cost several hundred rupees. If you get hit by enemies, it'll cost a lot of money. If you... hang on a minute. There. I thought I saw something sparkle. I'm just going to level you. That does look like a pile of turds. So, sure. You tell me it's an arrow wing, I will be forced to believe you. But yeah, the enemies do hella damage here. The natural hazards do hella damage here, and you will need to dive headfirst into the water at some point in order to make actual progress, so be prepared for that, because this is where expenses really start ramping up. And we were warned about blizzards, so... oh. Rude. So, apparently we're going to need a map in the very near future, but that's okay, that's usually our first port of call when entering a new area anyway. But yeah, Icy Plain, clearly relevant to the rest of the theming of this continent. Because, you know, all continents have to have a theme. Excuse you, you're wearing green, I'm wearing green, there are polar bears, that's worrying. Okay, so, further proof, there's tough enemies here, get a bodyguard. Also, Mary is asleep by the radiator in my room, and she's a sleepy girl. And I hope she doesn't wake up and start complaining mid-recording. I'm familiar with oinkers. Oh? Wizards! I'm gonna level with you, I forgot that there was anything other than the regular standard oinkers. Yes, we know, we were told about Drifter... Doug Clintley, the Drifter expert. What? Okay, what have we got here? I'm gonna go with the doggo. Because... Ooh! Sorry, I just had a brain moment. So, I believe this dog is the assertive bodyguard for this area, but we need a small one for the... I hadn't even thought about that. We need this for... I just genuinely, like, fist clapped. We need this for the Insect Cavern, because we can go... He's a second continent bodyguard. I'd like to imagine that the dog actually just said that to me, like, explanation, the dog is... Anyway, so, Nash, how much do you want? How about 425? Because, admittedly, we might want tougher bodyguards, bearing in mind how tough the enemies here are, but having a bodyguard at all is just good in general. And also, we need to go back to the Insect Cavern and throw a bomb at a thing, though I don't think we have the materials to make bombs at the moment. Genuinely, I don't actually. That's why I want to check. So, where's the... there is. Yeah, we need more explosive claws, which is... well, that can be arranged. And since we're here, just to recap the rupees that we have, they're all elemental and shit. And that's the Earth Rupee, or the Poopy Rupee, and there's clearly room for exactly one more. So maybe we'll find it in this area, but don't hold your breath because we just did a dungeon. Anyway... I've completely forgotten what I was saying because I just sort of got all giggly and excitable about the prospect of having a tiny boy to climb into a bombable hole in the Insect Cavern. Doggo. Doggery-doo. Now, I seem to recall that there are a bunch of snowmen here, and I believe the map guy is also disguised as a snowman. Doug Snowman, inventor of the snow. Another Pong Flower. Austin Pong Flowers. Well, here's a snowman. Am I right first time? His voice gets worse every time. Deary Lou. Also, that was an expensive ass map. It's an ass map. It shows you the booty. It shows you the booty. I'm high. It's because the radiator's on in my room. It's a cold day outside. Okay, hang on. The snow is actually relevant to my life at the moment because it snowed like a couple of days ago. and my father was involved in like a small traffic accident. Like apparently someone from my old university basically caused a traffic accident that my father avoided, and then someone ploughed into the back of his car while he was avoiding this accident. And like as of today, the snow is like melting and clearing up and disappearing, and I'm like, really? So you built up just enough to cause harm to my father, and now you're fucking off just as soon as that's done. Like, really, you rude-ass snow. Speaking of rude-ass snow, the Snow Mother, or Snother for short. Do you have anything to say? Hello, young man. That's... Okay, sure, that's it. Did I mention we have a doggo? Don't pee on the snow, doggo. To which the dog says, hang on a minute, it's a bit racist of you to assume that I would pee. As a dog, I am incapable of urination. Please check your human privileges. I want to believe that this dog is just really high-class doggerino, pupperino, puppy my lad, Jack the lad the pupper, the walk the magician the toilet. Tess, shut up. Ooh. Who on earth are you? You're dressed very shabbily. I like it here. It's nice and cool. This young man is named Paul. He is the scion of the famous Moneybags family. We are presently travelling around on holiday. We had some trouble with the balloon we have been flying in, and we had no choice but to set down here for a while. I say, surely the Moneybags balloon hasn't broken down? I thought we stopped here as part of our holiday. That's right, Master Paul. Everything is going perfectly according to plan. Well, my green-clad friend, that's who we are. Young Master Paul is happy to relax here and enjoy the weather. I shall take it upon myself to discuss business. Oh, yeah? I have a business proposition for you. I shan't say this too loudly, but several parts of our balloon fell off as we flew over this area. In total, 5 parts fell off. I will pay a handsome reward if you can get them back. I don't know precisely where they fell off, but I can show you a map. There, I can show you on a map the route we have flown. Do you have a map? I diddly do. Map the icy plain. Okay, I vaguely remember this. A map of the Goey's what? Oh, does it go over multiple maps? Because we don't have a map of Stibby Marsh anymore. You've found some parts, have we? Oh, right, the turd wing. Yep, sure. Give me money. So basically, we've broken exactly even so far, and his name is just Old Gent. You've still got to find 4. I love how it's just, like, this is such a touch detective-y animation. Just this little wing going flippy-flappy-flew. Also, we have gelatine creatures. Now, you might think that they give you blue gelatine because they're blue. Nope, they're the same as regular gelatin. I think they might also be able to drop triangle chips, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, we saw an orb earlier and some very aggressive penguins. Now, the penguins around here, they do drop an ingredient, but do also be aware that, that they will charge into you, and you can only attack them with... Ooh, downy feathers! That's kind of rare. Also, the... dog. So... I think that, I want to say there's some trick you can do by getting the penguins to collide with your bodyguard, and then they'll get into a fight, because I think we've seen that already a couple of times, but whatever. So the main thing you want to fight them for is tough meat, which is useful for, like, recipes and stuff. And this thing's spitting out 50s. This orb is our friend. It's the orb that keeps on giving. The icy orb, the plains orb, the plorb. It's the icy orb. I'm still going to call you the plorb, and you can't stop me. So, downy feathers, right, I'm fairly sure that much like in the Deku Forest, there is somewhere here where you can dig them up, and if memory serves, they are hella valuable, so please, I beg of you, keep an eye out for those downy feathers. I just know someone whose surname was Downy. Didn't actually know her, it's just we were in the same class. Well, we weren't. I went to a high school that segregated classes by gender, but we were in the same form group thing, so I believe I just saw some piggy whiz robes, some piz robes, if you will. So they fly around and shoot forbs, fiery orbs. Wow. So you know how I said this area's expensive? This area's expensive. So it's like that one meme where it's, remember, everything went better than expected, but instead of that, it's everything was expensive. Ooh, we managed to get a pile going. Is everyone dead yet? Can we have a Tingle chance? We are doing unreasonably well. Like, bear in mind, as a child, I only have memories of suffering with the Piggo, what are they called? Oinkers, the Oinker units, because I never used to hire bodyguards, and so you would do nothing but suffer. Like, if you try to fight these without a bodyguard, you can do it if you keep trying, but you will lose money hand over fist, over hand over fist, over ass, over tits, pear-shaped. Also, we got some lame socks. Well, it's lame. Don't talk to me about Lametta. Can we not dig here? Can we not dig here? I want to get diggables. Oh, we can dig here. Is there anything that's diggable here? Can we get, like, a low-budget mace, but, like, this area's equivalent? Because these previous places like this have had diggables. Come on. I mean, there's rupees. That's a good sign. Throw me a bone, and not just because my companion here is a dog. I mean, we're not really into grinding for fireworks, but, you know. Come on. Surely there'd be something. You would have thought. I feel extreme... Okay, triangle chip. I feel very shortchanged. Just be aware that one triangle chip is not enough to satisfy me, so we're going to have to leave unsatisfied. Moving swiftly on. Now, be aware, you can throw yourself off into the water here, you can get items, including something that's very necessary for the local recipe, but it costs multiple 100 rupees to do so, so take care. Now, what's going on down here? Genuinely, I remember very little about this area. I like this area. It's cool, literally. Oh, this is a snow boy. A snoy for short. Oh, this is a graveyard. Who's that? You're an expert mapper. That's very cool. Can you put me on the map? Sure, I mean, you're gonna die one day, but then again, we're all gonna die one day, so we should all be on maps. What? Also, is Map Lady going to mind the fact that we've got this massive, like, red marker, like, what, this route drawn on... The guy drew his map route, he drew on our map to indicate that, the guy with the balloon drew a thing on our map. Will Map Lady mind? God, was that so difficult to say. Now, I know one of these graves has a thing. A boy who loved flowers. Just that I'm fairly sure that one of these graves says something relatively important. And I forget which one. Ah, there we go. A chef lies here with his recipe. Pardon me, but we do collect recipes. So, I see boing, boing. Well, you love flowers. Do you have flowers for me? Can I dig up your flowers? Are they alive under the snow? Evidently not. So... A man from a faraway place. Is it Link? Is this the post-apocalyptic Zelda timeline? Also, my doggo is dying? My Dio is dogging. My Dio is maybe not. We need a better bodyguard. Another sleepy flower boy. Vacancy. Apply in the grave. Honestly, I don't remember what's going on over here. Because I've just kind of been meandering. I've misread that as, here lies a man who lived in the ocean, which would go to some distances to explaining why he's dead. You know, because drowning is not a fun experience. I'm surprised we've not seen any, like, map-markable graves. Is that... Excuse me? Excuse me? I do not remember this at all. More flowers. So this is a very ominous place, all of... all of the sudden. Please, it's all of a sudden, and I'm hoping that people please acknowledge this. Ooh. Hi. You're a mushroom. Well, you're not a mushroom. You look... Are you mappable? Can you be helped? There we go. Here we go. Kind of looks vaguely like Chico. Or Chico's mother. Just generally that part of the family. Requiescat in parce, or pace, because I know Latin. They didn't make che noises in Latin. But whatever helps you neep at slight. You go neep at the slightest provocation. At this point, where are we even going? I hear spirits. There's a snow dog, or a snog for short. Barks in snow. Have we found anything else? A snow pet? He's not. It doesn't even count as a dog. He's a snow pet. Also, Doggy Boy's doing an excellent... Okay. I was gonna say, Doggy Boy's doing an excellent bit of business protecting us from these various snowy projectiles. Is there something diggable here? Because I know somewhere there is a good place for digging up stuff, and I do not remember where it is. Ooh, triangle chip. Like, surely this noble family was buried with some noble possessions. Also, can we fight these spirity enemy things? Will they give us something of value? Also, I should mention that I believe Nash is an assertive bodyguard, and I used to know someone called Nash when I was but a baby. This grave is very frozen, and I'm a level with you, I completely do not remember what we have to do with it. Bombs, perhaps? Well, whatever. We're in a bit of a dangerous spot, so I'm going to fly back home and probably end the episode, to be perfectly honest with you. So, for now, it feels like we've not been going for that long, but I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. In the next episode, we'll drop by the Insect Cavern. Well, no, I need to pop into the Deku Forest, get some explosive claws, drop into the Insect Cavern, grab whatever's inside that hole, and then we'll go back to the Icy Plane. In the meantime, Barkle, we don't really have need for these bones, so just have all of my bones, please. Fetch me something of value. Really? Little bit rude. Well, whatever. Anyway, we'll check on the tower. I'm just finding excuses to prolong this episode. So, our tower is now the height of a rainbow. Again, bit of a cop-out. Just saying. Like, the rainbow isn't 500 meters tall, it's just up there. Anyway, I've rambled enough. See you in exactly the next episode, and precisely then. Shut up, Tess.